on migration and Pan-Africanism. The cardinal message that we are sending out there based on our principles as an organization is indeed to confirm that we are a Pan-Africanist organization with, of course, a Marxist-Leninist orientation, which executes its program through scientific socialism. Let's unpack that from a perspective of this specific question that you are asking on the issue of migration in particular, which of course is indeed an issue that worries a lot of South Africans, because the key issue that is arising out of it is that our people in the country are saying that there is a stretch on the services that they are ordinarily expected to receive based on the resources of our country, and that these resources are stretched in such a way that perhaps those who may be coming from outside South Africa are competing with them for these scarce resources. Now, the key point we want to emphasize is that at all material times, which is our starting point, is that we are on the side of the people of South Africa. We sympathize and empathize with their concerns. We are very clear that there has to be an improvement in ensuring that the systems of this government work in such a way that they would be able to continue to provide services to our people. And therefore, that if there are any migration issues, they should not affect those basic services that must go to our people. Those issues that the President has pointed out, issues of health, issues of the schools in the country, and all sorts of issues that represent the basic needs that our people require. And therefore, in our Pan-Africanism, we do not say that we will neglect that important concern that our people are making. But despite all of that, we are also emphasizing that the South African government has to, as a matter of necessity, improve on its migration policy. It has to improve on the issue of dealing with the porousness of our borders, which are at the center of causing all these problems. We are saying that the South African government must also ensure that it improves on the regulations regarding, for instance, issues of documentation when people have to go through our borders. And that on its own would actually improve then the situation of managing the scarce resources that are there in the country. So we must never miss the point that as we promote our Pan-Africanism, our people's concerns must be taken into account at all material times. The other point that I want to link to that is that the solution for our migrations problems is not xenophobia. We discourage xenophobia as Africa Mayibuye because we believe that we are a cardinal part of the African continent. We do not want to, as we develop this country, want to create a honeypot of development that would exclude the rest of Africa. We want to develop with Africa, as the President was pointing out. Our Pan-Africanist project must be about ensuring that all African countries are able to thrive. We will promote issues of intra-African trade, amongst others. So our industrialization project will ensure that in totality the African continent is able to benefit, so that other African countries do not have people migrating into one country, which is South Africa, so that everybody must see the need to stay where they are. But of course, we will encourage that other Africans come to our countries, and when they do arrive in our shores, they must be properly regulated, and that their documentation must be up to the scratch that is required. That is the cardinal message that we are emphasizing. So we are not anti-Africans we are actually for the unity and cohesion of this continent, so that in the end we understand that colonialism was a project that affected, at least from our perspective, the entirety of the continent, and that we must unite as Africans to decolonize this very continent. And in the end, whatever policy we take, even including on migration, it must be to the benefit of the ordinary people across the continent and in South Africa in particular, to champion the very needs and aspirations of the ordinary people. And that's what Africa Mayibuye stands for. I think that is my starting point. Is there any other one who wants to field another question?